Welcome back into Song of Six. Last time around, we were doing a lot of improvements. We started another small fishing village area that's coming along quite nicely, and we got started on our imperial ambitions where we were setting up our conquered area. It looks like that place is still working on stabilizing, so not much to do with that at the moment. We are monitoring our fiber usage and very worried about getting enough fiber to run our industries, which is not happening. In the very near future, I need to get this cotton stuff in, but we've had a perpetual lack of workforce. Now, luckily, recently I let the game play just a little bit while my video was editing, and we've had some people move in, so we're up to just over 2,000 population, so that's rather nice. Part of that is going to be because I think of the eggs. We are running a good enough economy that I can actually afford to do some importing, and the eggs coming in have been really helpful. To that end, I think we're going to turn on another import. This one is going to be leather. Yeah, look at this. 12 days ago it was 51, 52. Okay, we will pay up to 55 for leather. Yeah, look at how much these people were gouging us, you absolute jerks. All right, import settings. Yep, I would like a ton of leather. Stop. Okay, minimum treasury. I probably should actually do something here. What if 400,000 was our minimum? That to me would be, I could hire some mercs like we did before in an emergency. I believe those are my only two imports that are currently turned on. All right, we'll let that happen and we'll see what that does to our economy. But we need the leather for people's houses. That's another place where we get them happier, we get more people. That solves our labor problem, which we are just dying from. We're actually just dying from that problem. Yeah. So hopefully that'll be the case. Pump wise, I think I fiddled a little bit. I added some workforce over here, and that seems to have helped a little bit get the water flowing properly. We have the pond back on, which I was very concerned about. So hopefully that'll be okay. I don't dare turn this stuff on yet though. Over here though, we got another bunkhouse done, and again, vegetable farmers, fishermen, yeah. Just people that have had to have a ridiculously bad commute from, say, here to here are moving in rapidly. Now, I'm gonna add more fishing, so yeah, it's maybe I was worried about this being too big for nothing. Maybe it's too small, actually. I queued up a bunch more stuff to let them work on building. I have a feeling this is gonna be a pretty chill episode. A lot of just, I kind of need to just let people do their thing. Finished up our stockades. Nice, nice. Oh, you know what? Maybe for our little noble quarter, maybe we build a wall around it. That could be kind of cool. You know, keep the pores out. We could put a gate right here, and then put some stone walls around it. That could be interesting. Does it? I wonder how many nobles you can get. Like realistically, I have 10 now, but I assume that we're gonna get more as we go. I guess this could be the best of the best, and then maybe we have like second tier. We have the earls down here. Or we could also make it where this is the throne room area, and we could put like some palace grounds around it with a little wall. That could be kind of cool, and then we could move the nobles over here a little bit. Unfortunately, my main road, it's a little close. I kind of wanted this amount of room, but it's just is the size that this is. Also, I have to say, I think I've mentioned it before, but the soundtrack of Song of Six, I really enjoy this. It's just good. I like the, oh, I lost the name. It's like a hurdy-gurdy, but it doesn't have the flywheel. It's a bowed instrument. I lost the name of it. Somebody told me in one of the comments. That's really good. I enjoy that sound. The woodwinds are just good. The female vocalist, I believe she solo made the whole album. Like she plays like everything. I'm so sorry, I totally forget her name, but yeah, it's a good OST. It just fits. Maybe we could use a battle theme, maybe, but other than that, pretty happy with it. Yeah, getting those new houses plopped in. I am happy to see that these roads are getting used. These are people going to work. Yeah, that's definitely helping. Our efficiency on these things will be a little bit higher than they were before. So again, very happy to see that. Now with this increased population though, is again going to be increased food consumption. I'm still concerned about our fish, if I'm being honest. Because remember, if we take out the meat, I guess the meat's only 13 of it, and the rations, so let's call that, let's minus 50, let's say. We still are getting like 500 extra food, so we're all right. Another accident is what it is. Okay, we got a market, and the market's starting to get some goods in, including leather. Does that mean? Yep, we must have had a leather shipment come through. Oh, it's all turning around, builders. It's all turning around. Oh no, 1998. Lost those 4 people in the accident. How are we doing? Not getting the cloth still. Yeah, the cloth is not a solved problem. For sure. And we are getting everything we need here, right? No, we are not, because I can already tell you we are missing opiates. Or is that just telling me that... no, it just isn't showing that we don't have any. There it is. I'm just blind. Ignore me. Some tools. Are we also supposed to have metal? Okay, I should have metal up here. Does that mean I'm not getting metal in other places? Because I pulled you from here. No, let's upgrade that. Yeah, okay. Metal's another one that needs to be fixed, and it's going to be fixed via our outsourced labor and getting that, actually getting some in. And it looks like it's already happening quite well. Okay, that's not the right warehouse. You. Settings. Okay, something needs to change here, and it's going to have to be one less click of fish, I guess. Oh, no, you already were getting metal. Okay, you don't need to do pottery, but you're kind of unique because the pottery is being made here. Okay, I guess you're okay. You don't need the metal because the metal's being made there. You need metal. Okay, I think I'm gonna lower this workforce. Can I tell? Okay, that's what we're currently at. Let's drop 5. I want to be careful. I don't want to go back to having none, but yeah, those shipments are really appreciated. Can I see those on the map? Like, is that a thing? Okay, they're shipping my tools, some paper. I'm pretty sure those are things I'm selling. I want to see one of these guys ship in what they're supposed to be shipping in. Okay, we're not gonna fiddle with that too much yet. We'll let that settle in. If you have any suggestions on tweaks to that, I'm open ears. I would really like to get that ore in, but if I should switch that up, I'm willing to do so. It looks like if nothing else, they're at least loyal to me for the time being, and we're getting some benefit out of it. The biggest hurdle there was I just really needed the trade partners. And you can already see I can actually afford things now. Okay, we can't store enough ore. That is a problem. All right, you were originally going to be only gems. Let's be honest with ourselves here. We are not getting remotely close to that level of gems. I'm going to let you store some coal, and I'm going to let you store a bunch of ore. Oh, actually, hang on. That's not upgraded. JK, I lied. Nope. Nope. No coal, no ore. Yes, gems. I didn't realize this wasn't upgraded. I would like you to get coal. Warehouse 14, is that here? It is. We're not getting enough coal in. Okay, we'll turn that up. We probably are going to need some more production of coal now that we're actually running the furnaces full bore. I can't imagine that a couple clicks are going to change that. Yeah, we probably need another one of those. The problem is A, where, but B, I mean, I guess it goes down here, right? So this is coal. Oh man, it doesn't fit proper. I hate that. Man, you had to make it awkward. I guess it could go down here. It's a little far away from its supplies, though. Okay, let's try something I wanted to test for probably next season. Okay, so we want to share that wall. We're going to be back one from the road. Let's put in that and that. And then I want a logistics, a hauler. I'm gonna have a hauler here that's set to go get wood. And we'll see if this will work. Because I'm thinking we could do this for all industries, right? Like at our weaver, we could have them get the fiber and pull it right out in front of the door. And then the other little spots can be for statues, torches, etc., etc. So maybe we don't necessarily need the 3 wide. Maybe I just need to put things back one from the road. That could be a thing. If you don't like squares, like we like squares, but if you liked circles, circular buildings, that would allow me to put little protrusions that make things not square. So maybe that would be a pretty easy change. Now, do note, I mean, that's a lot of space, right? That's an extra 2 space on every building, both X and Y axes. All right, you... Let's get 2 people that are supposed to work here. You're going to get wood, and you're going to pull it from the wood warehouse. All right, we'll see how that works. A lot of science going on this season. That's okay, though. I like science. People enjoying the little break area. Good to see, good to see. Yeah, we definitely need that coal. I think that's what's happening there. You ever get people working? Hey, we got a few people working. Okay. Good, good. I believe it was Boko made a good point on these. While you might have a large area in bad land, for the ranches at least, it doesn't change the efficiency per worker. So in really bad terrain that you have absolutely nothing else to do with, ranches make some sense because at least your worker efficiency stays high. That was the problem with these woodcutters I had here. Their efficiency was like super duper low, so it just really wasn't worth it. And by switching this up, we've increased the efficiency. Now I can buy eggs, and I'm totally fine with that. But I do want to produce a little bit of meat because we're turning the meat into our rations. So that's the thought there, at least. Although, are we doing that? Do we have any? We have 4 herbs left. I'm gonna need to import some herbs. Now, pretty please, don't be ridiculous. 3. Okay, look at that. You absolute jerks. Okay, so we will say 325 is going to be my price. Okay, I don't think I did the right number there. 400,000. And I don't want very many of these. like 40 herbs. Okay, there we go. Just a smidgen. You use so little of it in the production. And I do like to see that my rations are recuperating. I would like it if we had more, but I don't dare put too many people here. Also, we called the army home. You guys are done. Okay. Only negative 130 workforce. we're getting somewhere. Okay, I'm seeing open spots, which means nobody wants to move here because it's closer to their home or closer to their job. That's totally fine. Still not getting any cloth up here. That's going to be a perennial problem, I have a feeling. Okay, we're getting in the shrine, getting in the hospital. We have the guard post, we have the stocks, we have the stockade. Okay, I need to do this. We just need to bite the bullet on that. So water, canal, go ahead and hook that up and then activate. All right, we'll turn all that on and we're gonna try to get more water out of down here. So you, 5 more. We'll see if that actually happens or not. All right, we have a lot of spare housing at the moment, but even that being said, I am going to go ahead and build 1 more here with the thought that in the very near future, I'm going to start adding those fishing. The whole reason we started this area was to increase our fishing. Okay, that's going to be for fish. You know what? I think I'm comfortable turning the inn on too. I like that little bit of passive income. Let's go check in on our inn. How we doing over here? 2 stars. Well, the great metropolis of Closed Realm is now off my checklist. Don't know what I was doing here in the first place. Mimnon be damned. You can find a better value for your denarii elsewhere. The libraries were not better than what we have back home in my human village. Could not find a vacant grand arena anywhere. Well, human get out, not even welcome here. By the breeze of Morlack, my Amevian seekers of the depth, let me tell you about the Closed Realm. A modest place ruled by the Amevian ruler of the deep, seeker of the depths, that goes by the name Babel. It's pretty sweet if you're into typical Amevian architecture, but not the best I've seen. The fishery was nothing remarkable. Amevian, save yourself the trip. Well, the local well was crowded and of poor quality. Wow. Wow, dude. All right. You're not welcome here either. People, man. So entitled. So entitled. Yes, yes. Bring me fish. Bring me fish. Still not getting cloth up here. Still not getting metal. We're out of eggs and veggies at the moment. And actually, we're really getting close to being out of veggies. All right. As much as I didn't want to do this, the thing about this is I need water. We're going to have this weird double canal thing going on. All right, and I really dislike what's happening in the road right there. All right, I think I'm going to try to do something about that. So I want to do a culvert there. Oh man, am I going to... Okay, this is just going to suck. There's nothing for it though. All right, so I want smart remove. I want to take that out. I want to take that out. And I want to take that out. All right. And we're going to do that. Please, please, please do that really, really fast because I've cut off a whole bunch of water. Explorer ship. A ship recently ran aground on a patch of rock near the coast. The apparently uncrewed vessel was boarded soon after. The expedition encountered nothing living besides seabirds feasting on the former crew. The exact reason for their demise could not be determined. Hopefully, their horrible condition is the result of the passage of time. At least the ship had some cargo on board. It was carrying some ruined trinkets and minor artifacts worth quite a bit of money. The ship itself could not be salvaged and broke apart after a few days. Oh, please don't be a plague ship. Or something of the ilk. Alright, also, please get this built really quick. Because we're causing all kinds of water problems by having this cut off. We need that and that built ASAP. Okay. Whew. That probably wasn't too ridiculously bad. Although it probably screwed my farming. I can really see why people like those culverts. I guess in most cities you're not moving water through your towns as much as I am. So maybe it's less painful for other people. Still though. I did activate that, right? Yeah. We are getting veggies in. Okay, hang on. I did not activate that. Activate. Yeah, there we go. All right, let's get that up and running. I'm getting a little nervous that our veggies were getting down to triple digits. $2,004. I was hoping we would see more of a spike. Okay, that's a way more herb than I asked for. I was hoping we'd see a bigger spike with the leather coming in. Okay, I mean, I'm fine with storing more. Did I read that wrong? Okay, well, whatever it was supposed to be, we're not going to get any more. Leather is now looking all right. Eggs are getting pretty low. Did the price jump? No, it's still okay. Yeah, see, the more trade partners we get, the more stable the prices will be. Ooh, look at that. They are loving my furniture. Okay, well, it just is what it is on that. I don't think I can do too much more. Maybe we could give this a second trader. Oh, a little bit more up here. We're not getting any up to here, though. Still not seeing fish stored in the main stockpile, either. I want this thing overflowing with fish. Oh, we're getting a little bit of water. A little bit of water. Okay, how could we get more? It would be over here. It would be you. In fact, I probably... Hang on, we just added a bunch of stuff. Let's just go whole hog. You're just on. Because we added all this, too. Just in time to get a drought. Perfect. What are you guys all doing? Being insane! Okay. Yeah, we probably need to do that sooner or later. If we could cure them, that would bring in a bunch of workforce that's otherwise not being used. Where can we see that? No, that's health, not sanity. I thought it was that button. Obviously is not. 10 tourists. I mean, this is not bad though. 33k, 17k. I feel like a good chunk of my economy is actually that tourism. Okay, now that I have a... I feel like I can maintain leather. Now maybe I'm a little more interested in adding some more libraries. So we have this really awkward spot here that I could fit it, but it's gonna be weird. Like we could put it there with a road in, I guess. We could have a weird double wall there. I don't like. I hate wasting watered area, but I guess we're not doing anything with it anyways currently. All right, I think we're just gonna do it. Bang. All right, road. Now, another thing that was mentioned to me was that we can use the physicians to help keep our health higher, which would lower the amount of people having to go to our hospital. I think that is a good use of things. Let's even just do that. Bang. Yes. All right, so this is what we're heading towards. We need 60 for the asylum. Let's do it. We have the rations. We talked about this just episodes and episodes ago. All right, but these physicians, what do we know about that? Physician. Physician tends to your subject's health, which improves their ability to fend off diseases and injuries. Of course, we're not good at this because of course. Okay, I have literally no idea how big you should be. We'll plop one over here. We'll start with kind of a generically sized building. Obviously too large there. Put some doors in, sure. We have workbenches and shelves. Okay, that's a max size workbench. If I did that. Oh. Okay, what if we expanded you a little bit more? Workbench. We would need a pillar. I hate it. Shelves. 38. 56. Yeah, can I do... Oh, I could do a big one back here. Okay. 100. I guess that's okay. I don't know. I don't know about this one. 2 physicians. It services 8. 100% quality. All right. I mean, science, right? We'll put one in first, and we'll see what's what, and then we'll, if we like what we're seeing, we'll go replicate it elsewhere. At least it's low labor costs if there's only 2 physicians. Maybe that's too big. Maybe I just want 1 physician per town. It's always so hard in these type of games. If you know, you know, but if you don't know, it's really hard to know ratios for things like how big is a vegetable farm? How big would I need it to be to feed 100 people? Things like that. Hard to tell. How big of a veggie farm would feed 500 people and not run out of veggies between harvests? Like, that's a complicated question, especially as a new player. Also, you know, I'm getting really spoiled by us liking mud walls. Yeah, they quote-unquote take a long time to build, but the fact that I don't have to pay anything for them, like the amount of wood or stone that would go into so many of these constructions would be so much higher. All right, we don't need to stare at that. How are we doing up here? Did our water get connected? It sure did. Sure did. Okay, I have a feeling this was not a good place to bring the water in. I should have brought it in from this side, because this is going to be a main thoroughfare. This is going to get really clogged up and slowed down. That might even be worth changing. I think it is. What we'll do is we'll hook it up the other way first, and then I will delete those. All right, so you need to connect to that. There. there, and there. And then we need one right here. Okay, let's get these in first. Okay, the hospital's up and running. That's actually kind of surprising to me. Nice, that means we got cloth up here, or the doctors went and got some. And it looks like we finally made it over the hump of opiate needs. And hopefully the need for that will even go down a little more as we get these physicians, if they truly help me not have people get sick. Oh, and our another inn is in. No guests yet. All right, well, we'll try. Again, there's another one. Is this big? Is this small? Do I have too many? Do I not have enough? No idea. No idea. Okay, I kind of want to turn my ration guys up some more. Let's get 5 more in there if we can. I think we barely had enough for what we were doing before, which obviously we're going to want to expand. Speaking of expanding that, yeah, I could fit another 100, but I don't have the workforce. I just really need more people to move in. Can I get away with upping our clothing again? They have been talking about that. Let's see if we can get away with this. So right now, oh, we're only making net a point. Oh, okay, no, we can't. I can already tell you, no, we can't. Okay, do I let them start using the leather? All right, what if we gave you 1 click of leather? We'll try that. We tried that once before and it failed miserably, but we're in a much different situation now. All right, you are still getting built. Waiting on some carved stone and a couple tools. All right. Super curious to see how this is going to go. I wonder how busy it's going to be. Again, I just have no frame of reference. 1 physician per 500 people? 5 per 500? Like, I just don't know what the ratio here needs to be. Yeah, obviously you guys are not in as much of a hurry to finish that as I am. Okay, we have wood. You went up to 4 haulers. I'm gonna let that be on auto. We'll just see how this goes. Yeah, we are allegedly hiring everyone. We're still not making enough coal, but we should be once that gets up and fully running. Let that play through. I can't tell if I can get away with turning this down some more. Let's do it. I wasn't filling those 5 positions anyways. Let's take 5 more off. Yeah, I would love to just outsource that since we can import it. I gotta find the exact balance though of how low we can go without turning down production, because I actually need some more metal. Right now we're just not at max capacity because we've been having either a shortage of coal or we've been having a shortage of iron ore, and never the two have been fully available. Okay, that was fixed. All right, I want to dismantle, bang, 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 bang. And we're going to build a culvert there. Does this use the same amount of water for the distance that it travels? That actually could be a value proposition. If this uses 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 water compared to 730 water to move that far, that would kind of make sense too. Like, you're not losing it to evaporation or seepage. I can see that. Nope, not structures. I want roads. Yeah, I'm glad I caught that. This is going to be a busy street once we start adding more fishers over there. This will be a much less busy street, bringing it around that side. Okay, we lost the bonus to the mines. That's fine. I guess there's an argument to be made that keep them at 50 just to get that bonus. We'll see. We're definitely not making enough coal still. $10K fish. You love to see it. Almost out of eggs. Did the price of eggs skyrocket? There is going to be a limit of how many we can get at the price we're willing to pay. Although I guess as he comes back down to reasonable, that'll give me a third reasonable party to trade with. Yeah, we're willing to pay 30, so yeah, we're okay. Oh, we had rations on export too. Okay, well, none of these have been exported too recently because these prices are all high. Let's stop exporting that. Cattle, that's fine. We're exporting the tiny piddly amount of grain we get. That's fine. Probably not even worth a worker, frankly. In fact, you know what? Let's just turn that off for a while. Save ourselves the worker. Do want you to do that. Yeah, no worker there either. Okay, that's helpful. Hey, we actually have some fish in the main fish warehouse. That's incredible. Never before. That's all right, though. I think we are building momentum on the fish, getting more and more. Yeah, they'll fill up the minor warehouses. They'll get there. Remember, we get happier by having stuff stored, so it's not wasted even if we do have a little extra rot. My military is good to go. Okay, so either I should expand it or I should up their training. I think we're gonna up their training a click, so they have something to do. There we go. I just don't have extra people. I just don't think we can do that. Okay, things are looking nice. We've basically built everything I queued up to be built. Okay, we have extra housing. My pop has not gone up that much yet, though. We're low on clay for some reason. All right, let's turn clay imports back on. Yeah, look at that, 19. I'm willing to pay 20, and you can import as much as you like. I'm all right with that. I assume that different nations will have different prices based on the resources they're collecting. So that he must actually have some clay or something. Yeah, we'll try to bring some in there. I'm liking what I'm seeing here a lot. We might even be able to start exporting a little bit of opiates. Eggs are running low. Okay, people are getting happy. Whenever I make these changes, we have to remember it takes a few days to work its way through the system. So we let them start collecting some leather for their houses. Oh, you know what that means? I also need to turn that on at the markets. Oh, it was on. Okay. Perfectly acceptable. Yeah, we've got everything a lizard man could want right here. How we doing on the food? Not great. We have a bunch of veggies here, so what's going on with this? Let's go ahead and... It's not enough employees is what's going on. We'll go ahead and tell that automate it. I assume we need 2 or 3 people there. Yeah, I'm just debating whether I want to start adding some more fisheries or just chill or what. We definitely need more cloth. We're getting by. I would say that. We're getting by. By the way, I hate how much water we're wasting right here. But it is what it is. And we don't know what your yield, true yield's going to actually be. Cotton farms could be a thing. These were going to be extra opiate farms, so it looks like we've solved that issue. May not need that. Maybe able to turn that to something else. Okay, here we go. Let's see what's going on here. So we have 2 people working, and there are people coming in, being examined. Okay, so it looks like this place is pretty busy, but there may be pent-up demand. We can serve 8 people at a time. Okay, I'm gonna guess this is fine. Let's do it. Okay, so we'll add one here. Now you have extra housing, and we could actually get more housing. I don't think we're gonna need any more housing blocks. We do have one space for one right here if we did. I'm going to assume that we're not going to need more housing. We also could stick some down here if we had to. I'm going to plop this here. And let's actually share a wall. We'll do that. Okay. Here. Oh, man, if only it would fit that way. Nope. Okay, there we go. I can change where that road is going. Yes. Road. You can walk. You have a nice walk next to the water there. They'll like that. All right. Next, over here is absolutely stuffed full. Now here's an area. Oh, there's people working there. Wow. Okay, let's do some work here. All right, dismantle. Nope, no. And let's clear out this and that, apparently. Let me just get this done. Okay, and then here we can share a wall, share a wall. Turn it so we're not actually putting the doors in the wall. There. Alright, I don't hate that. Okay, up here. Sure, next to the inn. Yeah, sure. Cool. Okay, so that is every one of my towns now having a physician. And we'll see what that does. What is this gonna tell me? So boost food servings, climate, wells, lavatories, and physicians. So at the moment, we're not getting as much from physicians as we are from lavatories, but that may change as we're getting these built and actually put in. I mean, having a system of not pooping where you're eating is one of the biggest health things you can do as a human. It's where a lot of our E. coli outbreaks happen. It gets tainted in the fields and it gets into the system. Okay, that's looking fine, although there's nobody working currently. I'm very curious to see if we're going to see this drop. We've been sitting somewhere between like 20 and 40, let's say, since the, let's call it the Great Health Crisis. We'll see if this preventative care pays off. If nothing else, we only spent 10 workers to do it, right? And if 10 workers can keep 10 other workers from being sick, we've already broken even. So that's a low bar. Now, of course, these probably need a little bit of, you know, tools and whatnot. So there's a little bit more cost to it than that, but not hugely. One physician. All right, he's getting beds ready. taking care of some folks. This one's not going to be super busy because it's a small population. Let's check in over here. This should be much busier. Yep. Getting lots of people in. That's what we want to see. Where's physician? Physician 1.3. Yeah, see, we've already passed having bathrooms. Oops. I thought that was going to be the case. Okay, our next goal was psychology. I need 60 points. You are... I gotta remind myself how many points I'm getting per thingamabobber. So I basically need to put in 2 more of these, and we would have it. Now, they don't have to be here. There's no reason they have to be there. Am I storing leather? I am. Okay. I mean, we got room here. We got land that doesn't do anything. I think we're fishing in science. What more could a lizard man want? This is the West, Fishery West is the place to be. Property values are skyrocketing. Sure. Start a little research complex over here. So 1. Oh, I like that. 2. All right. That should give me enough for an asylum. And I think we're going to plan on trying to just fit just 1, and we'll see what we can do. I think it's going to be centrally located right here. Or maybe we could use this abandoned warehouse. Or abandoned, yeah, workshop. I mean, that's classic for an asylum, right? It's got to be creepy. Okay, let's also just pave that. You know what? We need a statue right outside the door there. Yeah, a big one that screams medical. A lizard holding a fish staff. That's how you know it's a medicine place. For whatever reason, this road doesn't seem too busy, so I think I'm okay. I was just thinking maybe I shouldn't make it too big. Doesn't seem too busy here. Well, okay, they're making me nervous with the way they're already kind of going around that. Let's not do that. Let's make them, we'll do 2 small ones. All right, well, 1 by the door, 1 over there. This is such a busy area. I feel like this is a good investment. This gets them under statues even more. What are you doing? Being insane. I love I can tell that there's something wrong with somebody based on how they're moving. That's good. That's good. I like that. I'm like, what the heck is wrong with that guy? Ah, he's insane. Yes. That makes sense. Okay, I am seeing at least a trickle come through here. How are we doing in the first one we placed? Are we still seeing people? Oh yeah, tons. So if I click you, because there's so much bread, I'm going to assume that that means we're not getting enough service, but let's wait a while and let it work its way through the system. You know, like I keep saying recently, you got to give it a few days for things to work their way through. Might even need another pool around here somewhere. I don't know where the heck that would go. Okay, we're not at 0 coal. Somebody's delivering... It's delivering ore. Good, good. We seem to be holding steady on that, so I'm not going to fiddle with that system at the moment. Pools are looking good, despite us selling some. We're selling them for 50. And we're getting buy prices up to 80 at the moment. We're not storing any here. Despite the fact that we have a bunch of tools? No. Okay, so that means my tools are out in warehouses. That's fine. That's fine. We need them in other places too, so. Okay, those are getting built. I'll fill up a few more of these houses. Let's go ahead and also just get another one in here. I don't want to run out of housing, so. Now this is going to get more and more awkward because, for example, as we pull people out of living down here necessarily, although it looks like this place is still pretty full, we'll have empty houses that no one wants to live at because it's far away from their work site. Recruit guards. Okay. Yeah, a lot of recruits. That's fine. That's my military. Doing what they do best. Now, I do only have 50 training spots. Maybe we should add some more training so all 100 of them could be training at once. I don't know. I kind of did this on purpose because I didn't want to have all of our workforce in there at the same time. Maybe I'm okay on that. I don't know. I'm still a little sketch how we're going to do that because I'm still negative 226 workforce. I don't even know how we're going to get anything done, frankly. I wish you guys would have finished this before you went and started fiddling with the housing. I kind of thought that this was going to get done first. Yeah, major, assuming I'm going to get that asylum, a major jump here in Lizardman healthcare. Mental health, we got some preventative care. It's gonna be amazing. Get your teeth sharpened up. Yeah, get it done, boys. I like the guys who show up and actually do a couple pieces of work rather than just one and leave. Unfortunately, it's not a lot of these bums. Yeah, look at that guy. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I should make you a noble. You actually do work, unlike a lot of these bums. Yeah, get it done, guys. Get it done. All right, now hiring for the library. Anyone that hasn't been around too much, I actually used to work in a library for a few years. It was a good time. I enjoyed it. There's something very zen about having your shelves just so. Everything in the right place. Nice Dewey Decimal System. Lizardmen use the Louis Decimal System, little known fact. Okay, 38. It's gonna take a minute for this to build up. We'll get there though. Are you being insane? Look at that. He's like, please cure me. I'm crazy. I'm coming, buddy. We'll get you some help. All right, now we just need to hire up, which they seem to like these jobs, so it seems like they hop on in pretty quickly. Make our worker deficit even worse. Still have plenty of housing up here. No problems with that. Okay, we're still having issues with this because we still don't have another person working there. All right, I'll tell you what we'll do. This isn't really going to solve the problem, but we'll turn on the other 2 food courts. Hopefully they can hire in at least 1 each, and then that'll take a little stress off the system. Because he is not able to keep up as it is. "12 people were injured, 4 deaths. Ah, the woodcutting. Makes me think of Valheim every time that happens at a woodcutter. I mean, how many times did your friends drop trees on you? Don't tell me it wasn't like 50. With friends like these, that's all I gotta say. I need to go revisit that at some point. When it came out, we basically played through all the content that was in the game at the time, and then we sailed off the edge of the world. It was glorious. But I have not been back since they added the Ashlands? Whatever the first biome to get added was. We were done before that came out. Those type of games can be such big time sinks. That was obviously before I had a YouTube channel. I love that we have blue blood also. It's a nice little detail just to differentiate the races a little bit. But we're still only at 46 knowledge. We're still hiring up. And we're still growing into our science. Yeah, 164, we're at 135. We'll get there. What do we got up here? Biding time. Oh, you know what we don't have up here? We don't have a critch. Let's get one. I like to space those around a little bit. Get at least one. Just to have some pop growth. Okay, you fit in very, very awkwardly. But what else am I gonna put there? Sure. The nice thing about being a little awkward with your spacing like this is it gives you these little nooks and crannies. They feel much more realistic. I guess it's more of like a European city where it's, you know, they're so old and there's been so much construction and destruction. You get all these little windy nooks and crevices. Really don't get that a lot where I live in the United States because everything's so new. Babel, we've had it with you. Either submit to these demands or we'll raise your city from the face of 6. Well. There's no way we would win that. I don't think. I wish I could bring open more Diplo screens. Alright. We're gonna get shaken down yet again. Sigh. At least he didn't steal anything else. We probably were sitting on too much money if I had to guess. Yeah, look at that. Now we can't purchase some stuff because we're below. Soon, TM, soon. We definitely need to expand that army. I think 200 is going to be our next expansion goal. Grumble, grumble. Okay. And you know, this looks like a great place for a little bit of a well and a hearth. He says, all right, well, hearth doesn't fit great. We'll put it across the street. All right, we will pave this. And we'll put in a big old torch. We'll put in a couple statues. And a bench. There we go. Yeah, spruce the place up a little bit. Oh, look at that. God, that's a sight for sore eyes. The fact that the logistics are able to do this, I didn't go micromanage anything, feels real good. That feels real good. Like I actually have things functioning. And it also feels great that there's no one here. We have a fully stocked hospital and no one needs it. We are down to 25 sick people. That's also a good sign. Did we finally maybe catch up on the delayed demand here? Possibly. Nobody's working there currently. Ditto. Okay, yeah. It seems like the main rush has slowed down at least. I would love to see this sub 20. That would be ideal to me. Because that would tell me that I saved workers by adding those. And we're pretty dang close. 51. We're still hiring in both of them. Yeah, our target keeps going up. And you can see it builds up over time. Very interesting system. I can't say I love it, but I think that's just because it's difficult to deal with. Not that it's a bad system. It's just like, I just want my science so I can research things and build them. This has so much overhead to expanding your tech. So much overhead. Because, I mean, feeding 12 people that are doing quote-unquote nothing is very expensive. Not even to mention the extra leather there, too. Come on, guys. Get that science going. 54. We need six more science to be able to build the asylum. We're so close. Okay, lots of free houses. Again, we haven't really increased since we got to 2,000, which makes me a little bit nervous. Oh, you know what? I bet you I have 2,000 as our goal. Yeah. Okay. 2,250 will be our new number. Okay, yep, we're gonna get a big chunk. That one's on me, boys. That one's on me. That does mean that everybody we were getting above 2,000 was natural growth. Oh, yes, number go up. Good. Well, heck, 25 more people is already helpful. That covers this already. 62. Okay, we got it what we wanted. I kind of wanted to get this episode. All right. Psychology gives us the asylum. Bang. Yes. All right, we're going to plop it down. I was going to put it here because it's the most central, but I kind of think this is going to be my military quarter. I think it's going to end up over here. Let's go in here. Let's dismantle that. Lickety split, please. I have, again, no idea how big this is going to be. All right, they're going to have that done shortly. So this is going to be, I assume, health. Physician, laboratory, asylum. Let's slow this down. Okay, so all we have is cells. Cells for the insane, deranged, and wards. All right. I have, again, no idea what we need for what. How big is a cell? Okay, so if I start from this end, okay. And then every 3. More cells here. I mean, not actually even need them like that. 3, 5. So that would be 10. All right, we'll shrink this down. I want, in fact, I was talking about this earlier. Let's shrink that down. In fact, I probably could shrink that because there's no quality here apparently. All right, so 10 deranged for 3 wards. Okay, I guess. Okay, yeah. Again, I have literally no idea what sizes would make sense. And actually, hang on. Normally I do doors like that. Because this is an asylum, let's just have 1 door. A little safer that way. All right, so stone, metal. Metal's gonna hate that. Furniture and cloth. Do it. I hope that that's gonna be enough for our whole place. And if it's not, it's not. And we'll make do and fix it. All right, statue. I think, again, I want some big old statues. I'm gonna do it like that, just on both sides. All right, we also big fire there. Bench. We don't care about flower beds. We don't care about trees. We just literally don't care. Stupid land. Why can't I go back to the ocean? All right, let's get that up and running and we'll call it after that. Okay, well, you know, I feel like we finally got some forward motion here. The trade was really it. That's really going to inform next time we're playing a game where I'm going to start. I picked this place because I wanted the Delta, and it's very cool, but the neighbors made this much harder than it needed to be. If I had been able to have a couple trade partners from the beginning and not need to build up to the point that I could actually attack a neighbor to get more trade partners, it would have been way less painful. All right, still bringing metal bars. Those are probably going to be the hold up. All right, got the statue in, got the seating in. I do see we need some more road. I also see we have a weird little lump right there. Let's take that out. You know what? They may not care about flowers, but it just feels right. It just feels right to have some here. Let's do that and a tree. Yeah, little flower bed outside the hospital, you know? Yeah, there you go. Okay, so 10 out of 10 deranged. We don't have the wardens yet. I assume we will get them. This does use rations. A little weird that it requires rations and not just food in general. Rations are very expensive compared to most food. All right, well, hopefully we'll get those wardens. There we go. Again, I have no idea if 10 treatment slots is a lot or a little, but hopefully we'll be able to help these guys get back to work. Yeah, no more twirling, more working. Okay, they've delivered rations to most of them. This is also not a horrible place because we're actually close to the ration storage. I didn't think about that, but we are. We're also almost full on rations. Okay, maybe I can start exporting some again. Okay, if anyone wants to remind me where I can see my insane people. Oh, just kidding. We had 119. Wow, okay. We'll see if one of these asylums can bring that number down or if we're gonna need even more. But that's gonna be it for this one. If you enjoyed watching me build an asylum, don't forget to leave a like on the video. If you're not subscribed, hope I've earned your subscription. And as always, if you want to go above and beyond, you can leave a super thanks here, join me live for a super chat, check out the memberships here on the channel or the Patreon linked in the channel info. All right, guys, hopefully you're still enjoying Song of Six. It's slowing down as a series, but I'm still having a ton of fun. So that's a good sign for the game. All right, hopefully I will catch you guys in the next one. Babble out.